Rickey Smiley, sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now three quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Rickey Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
he shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Rickey Smiley can't act because Rickey Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. Radio. I'm with Steve and said, everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we
Sharpe show about when I was on Shannon Sharpe was telling him the story of some of the behind the scenes from Friday After Next. Let's start with that. When I went out there, let's just go back. In 2000, I was the host of BET Comic View and in the season 2004. I also worked on this show called Live from LA. That was my first job with BET. And that's where I met Ice Cube, if I'm not mistaken. And Ice Cube was like, man, hey, man, I like your work. I want to do some stuff with you. I want to put you in some movies. And Ice Cube started putting me in movies, which really helped my career. Then he put me in Friday After Next. And just for clarification, I went out to audition for Friday After Next as Money Mike, not the Santa Claus. And that is the honest God truth. I had no reason to go on there and to go on Shannon Sharpe's show and lie about any of that. That's what I auditioned for, was Money Mike. And I guess the producers, Cube and everybody saw something different. And I think that Money Mike character, Special K, was going to come off as kind of like
just a guy who was hanging around in the strip mall who was just kind of being annoying and almost like a crackhead type of character that was
right.
Just,
so Katt, I guess when Katt Williams did it, they added the whole pimp twist to that character, which was actually a better decision and made it funnier. Because ain't no way I could have executed that role like that. And I'm glad that they made that decision and they put me in a Santa Claus role, which was actually perfect. So when I got back to L.A., they said, hey, your role has changed. You're going to be the Santa Claus. And here's the Santa Claus suit. Put it on, and here's your lines. Sat in the trailer, went over the lines, went over my stuff with Cube, and the rest is history. Clarify that. And then there was no contract ever that in agreement with the First Sunday movie, because that was a whole different production directed by who just directed my Netflix special, David E. Talbert, about me playing Bernice Jenkins. That's something that David called me personally. David and Lynn are fans and have been fans of my work for a long time. And they was like, we want you to play Bernice Jenkins and, you know, and here you go. And that's what happened. And I went out there and shot that in one day, me and Red Grant. And that was a lot of fun. Right. And it had nothing to do with Katt Williams' contract or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I respect Katt. definitely disappointed that you have to get on the air and explain something. All of the things with Gary, you can help me out with this because, you know, comedy greats like Flip Wilson played Geraldine. Richard Pryor played some roles on his show. Jamie Foxx played Wanda. Martin played Shanae. I did. Bernice Jenkins, Tyler Perry did. Madea. There's a lot of comics and a lot of comedy greats that did characters for the sake of funny, for entertainment, for the sake of the laugh. And it has nothing to do with nobody's comfortable in the role. Nobody wants to put on a damn dress or comfortable in it, you know. That has nothing to do with my manhood being lessened for trying to play a role and trying to put food on the table for my family. Because I grew.
It's a prop. It's nothing more than a prop. It's nothing more than.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. And when it comes to the entertainment business, it's a lot of categories that fall under that. And one of them being comedy with the work of comedians. And one thing about being a successful comedian is you got to be able to keep everybody's attention. And when it comes to 2024, Katt Williams got everybody's attention and business is booming as business is business as he went on the Club Shay podcast and called everybody out to set the tone for the year. And I had a link in the description where you can watch that in full because he did speak on Rickey Smiley and how everything went between them a little bit more and called out several others in the entertainment business and things that's going on right now on podcasts, but they touched on a lot of great stuff on there also. And I got to say this, hearing Rickey Smiley respond, and I seen that on Vince Van Twitter earlier this morning. He coming and telling his side. I was not there. I don't know what's what. He's saying, hey, his role when he went out to L.A. with Ice Cube, he was supposed to actually play that. And he said the characters got switched at the last minute and everything like that. He said he took his role, but Katt Williams said he was hating the whole time, said he was mad, he was upset, and things of that nature, so he spoke on that. Then he talked about how he's always played a woman. I got to be all the way 1,000 with y'all, bro. Several of the comedians have played women over the years. We've seen that, whether they was doing skits, plays, or anything of that nature, some of the greats. And while I'm in as a man, I couldn't do it, bro, because I see the whole fixing the plays in. Back in the day, I wasn't around, so I ain't going to speak of what was going on in that time and everything. But I see the plays now, how they do niggas. They want to get niggas out here looking crazy and stuff. It ain't needed. It ain't necessary now, 2023. Nah, bro, y'all really doing a humiliation ritual, and I just stand on that, bro. It ain't necessary at all. They did what they did back in the day. That was a different time, but in today's time, no, sir, we cannot do that. But Rickey Smiley said, hey, bro, our kids seeing this and things of that nature, but I ain't gonna lie, Rickey Smiley, I would have had to go at that nigga Katt Williams today, nigga. He turned all the way up there. I understand dog boy in the gospel lane and go through like this. He came in and said, hey, man, I got my manager from the time here to say what happened on the movie set, said that character was not going to be that when it comes to Money Mike and also me with the Santa Claus. That came at the last minute. I was initially supposed to be that, but they gave Money Mike another character and everything. Said the contract situation for the first Sunday was not true, that did not happen like that either. So he said everything that he was saying was not true when he was speaking on the show and stuff like that. He said it was disappointing, but he also did say, hey, man, he got a family, he got kids, and he don't want them to see that for him or them and things of that nature. But I would have to turn up on that nigga for the sake of entertainment. This is the entertainment business. You ain't got to come disrespectful. You ain't got to call him out his name. But you can go give him a couple 1-2 things and clown up on the nigga real quick, bro. Keep the show going. Keep the show rolling. We all here for it, dog. Sometimes the high road is also the road of, hey, let me get my lick back on you because, nigga, I don't want you to think you just going to run all over me on the internet because that nigga went all the way down there through there with it your entire craft and got millions of views already. But I do believe in niggas coming to an understanding. Comedy and comedians getting into it is very, very entertaining all the time. I cover it every time they get into it on this channel. 5.5 years. We know, well, we done seen comedians get active, But Katt Williams, Rickey Smiley, that ain't gonna be no real deal situation like that there. They getting it off their chest. Katt Williams set the tone. For actions, there's reactions. For a nigga speaking, there are responses. And with these responses, we just gonna sit back and be entertained a little bit more. Tell me what y'all think. I grew up on all these niggas, Comic View, Def Comedy Jam, everything in that lane. It was like a whole thing in our household growing up as kids. Me, my cousins, niggas down the street, we all talked about it. We all went outside, cracked the jokes. These comedians was really part of a nigga childhood, bro. So to see this where it's set 20 years later, and they really come and take control of the game when they speak and get attention, that's loud to see for all of them, man. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.